Hi, my name's Andy, I'm an avid language learner and today I want to talk about Duolingo. Is there a bird in here or something? Stay tuned, subscribe, hit the like button. So today I've got with me two perfect penguins, a pair known as Pete
and Percy.
Hi, today's video will be about Duolingo. I'm going to make two videos. One will be about my experience with Duolingo and just a quick tour around the Duolingo site or Duolingo app and some of my tips on how to use it. I think Duolingo is used mainly as a supplementary thing, so how I use it and when I would use it. And the second video is going to be about some of the advanced features on Duolingo, or some of the things you might not actually know exist. So that's in the next video following this one. So Duolingo, I've used Duolingo with about 10 languages I've tried to start learning. Some of them are just having a look at the language and having a little dabble with it. And some of them are languages that I've learnt more seriously, such as all the usual ones like French, Spanish, Italian, German, Portuguese, and more recently I've been doing Mandarin with Duolingo. The Mandarin I've found quite useful actually, because it does focus on the characters in Mandarin. Although you're not writing them, you're visually having a look at the characters and sort of learning them bit by bit. So what I'll do is I'll go through my Duolingo account and you can have a look and see some of the levels I'm on in Duolingo. And for those people who've never used Duolingo before, who may have just used it for one language, you can see what it's like a bit later on. So Duolingo was formed in 2011. Well, it was launched in 2011. I think there was a lot of behind the scenes work for a couple of years before that, and the Duolingo team launched it with a couple of languages, and then it's gradually developed over the years. And now if you're an English speaker, or if you want to learn a language through the medium of English, there are more than 30 languages available. So it's all the usual ones that we'd expect, ones I just mentioned like Portuguese, Spanish, French. Spanish is the most popular language. I think about 35 or 33%, something like that, of the English speaking or English medium users go for Spanish, and then all the other ones as you'd expect, like German, French, Portuguese, Italian and so on. There are a couple of languages on there that are minority languages, such as there's Welsh on there, and there's a couple of conlangs on there. So if you don't know what a conlang is, it's a constructive language, so it's not a language that has a culture as such. Some people are probably going to shoot you down for this, but for example Esperanto is on there, and Klingon. So it'd be cool to learn Klingon actually, because you could walk down the street and somebody asks you directions and you can say, oh, I'm sorry, I only speak Klingon. No, perhaps not, I'm going to learn Klingon. For people whose first language isn't English, so for example if you're Korean or Japanese or your first language is Hindi, you can learn English as a Duolingo app. But unfortunately there aren't many other languages you can learn through those languages. So if you look at Duolingo and you change your mother tongue, your language you want to learn from, into, you'll see that mostly it's English that is available. So it's not surprising when you find out that 53% of people go on Duolingo to learn English, and a large percentage of those people are in India actually. So there's a fact for you may not have known. Just today I decided to do these videos on Duolingo. I've never not sort of thought about it much before, and I thought, it's in the back of my mind, I thought, well, I'll do a video on Duolingo one day, But I thought, well, actually let's do it, because I do use Duolingo and I do get some use from Duolingo, and it's not my main place I'd go to learn a language. I think, oh, I'm going to start learning a language, let's go to Duolingo. But Duolingo is useful for me as a supplementary thing, especially when I haven't got much time. So every day I'm trying to learn languages. I'm trying to listen to something. I might be listening to a Pimsleur CD. I might be going on YouTube and watching some songs, listening to some songs, or watching some instructional videos on YouTube, or I might be doing a teach yourself lesson. But when I do use Duolingo, it's usually when I'm travelling around. So if I'm going by train somewhere and I've got a spare 10 minutes, I'll just get the mobile phone out. Let's do a Duolingo lesson. You know, there's no harm. Let's have a little go. So I use it for that. And as I said, I found the Chinese Mandarin Duolingo quite good. I've used that probably more than any other of the languages. I'm not at the same level as I would be in my Portuguese or Italian or Spanish Duolingo, but that's because I've taken tests. So you can actually take a test on Duolingo to put yourself at a more advanced level. So if you already know some of the language that you are wanting to develop or learn, then you can click forward on Duolingo and do a test. So I've done that with French and Spanish, I think Italian, Portuguese probably. The German one I didn't get very far because my German isn't so good. I have used Duolingo to go a bit further on that one. So that's that basically in a nutshell. And other facts about Duolingo are it's got about 300 million users. So it's probably the most well-known brand for language learning, especially for an app. So, you know, if you think of language learning apps, which other ones have infiltrated the market so well, you know, perhaps, you know, still language materials, as in books and CDs and so on. It's not number one for that, because obviously you've got Simil, Pimsleur, Teach Yourself, and Rosetta Stone and so on. I think I've covered everything there. I just want to say as well that I think the customer service side of Duolingo is very good. Just today I emailed the Duolingo publicity team. So I went on their website and I looked at the sitemap and I found that they've got a publicity section, you know, the media section kind of thing. Emailed them and said, look, I'm thinking of doing a couple of YouTube videos and I just want to make sure that you approve me using your bird logo in the Duolingo bird. And they got back to me within an hour and said, yep, that's fine. I gave them samples of thumbnails and one of them was okay. The other one they said, you're using an old bird. Yeah, a bit like me really, a bit of an old bird. So that one's not really good, but good luck with your video making, and we're glad to know that you use Duolingo and so on. So I thought that was really nice actually. So Duolingo gets my thumbs up for customer service and approval for that kind of thing. So anyway, that's me, and here goes with the having a look at the screens. So I'm starting this halfway through a Chinese lesson, so don't want to put you through the whole thing. So in Chinese lesson you get the choice of the characters at the bottom and the English at the top. So in this phrase we've got I am tall and also pretty. That's very true actually. So I could choose my characters. So I is 我
我
tall is 高. Oh sorry, 亮 is something else.
亮
Gao looks very similar, doesn't it? Those two characters actually.
高
So this is the character for and or also. 也 so 她高
也
也 and pretty, I think, is this one, 漂亮 漂亮. Let's see if I'm correct actually.
漂亮
Yeah. So you can see at the bottom it gives you another correct solution there. So there's a different way of saying it. Press continue. Right, so this is the other way around now, so you have to say what the Chinese is. If you're not familiar with the characters but you're okay with hearing the language, then you can press this again. 你们的猫很漂亮.
猫很漂亮。
So 你们的猫 is our cat is very pretty. So if you want to do this without looking at the bottom section first, that's probably a good way to learn, because otherwise you can just end up lazy and you can look at the bottom and work out what the sentence is going to be without actually engaging in the language. So 你们 is your plural, 的 is possessive, your. If you want to find out what if you're stuck on a character or a word in another language you're doing, you can just hover the mouse above the bit there and you see the sound comes up as well.
猫
So your cat is pretty. Yeah. Is he tall? So this is 他高
他
吗 question word.
高吗？
我漂亮吗?
我漂亮吗？
Am I pretty? Of course I am. Your child is very pretty. So you can see at the top as well, this is how much we've progressed along this particular lesson. So your child is pretty. 你的
你
孩子
孩
and
子
then very will be 很漂亮.
很漂亮
So if you want to go back a stage, you just click on something and take it off again.
很漂亮
我很高
Right, sorry, the sound's having a bit of a problem here. Let's click that and it'll probably come through again.
我
我看到.
很高
Right,
也
so
很
if you
漂
want
亮
to use the keyboard instead of the selections here, you just click on keyboard down here and this will make me type something in. So what was the question? What was the thing again? 我很高,
我
so
很
I'm
高
tall.
也很漂亮
Oops, not Tally. Or maybe Tally, I don't know. Sally, Sally. No, don't give your day job up. I am tall. 也很漂亮.
我很高
So
也
I'm
很
tall
漂亮
and very pretty. This is all true, you know. Okay, that's enough for today. I just have to get these penguins off me. Oh, and a bear.